Hi everyone, welcome back to my lab and today's video, which is going to be a review and 2 looks using the brand new Violet Voss Flamingo and Glamingo palettes. I did purchase these palettes a couple of weeks ago from the Violet Voss website when they had a preview sale. And if you're interested in seeing my thoughts as well as how I came up with this look that I'm wearing right now and one other look, then let's get started. The Flamingo and Glamingo palettes were due to launch in the middle of July or towards the end of July. However, on violetvoss.com, they were having a pre-sale and I purchased mine on June 14th when they had that secret sale for their Instagram. Not so secret if you're on Instagram, but you know what I mean. And it was available as a bundle, and that was the only way that you can purchase it at that time. Both the palettes as well as a towel, which is in the shape of a donut. I haven't even opened it because what I really wanted were the palettes, but the 3 items were available in a bundle for $90. Now each of the individual palettes were set to retail for $45, and so $90 for the bundle. You were just purchasing the palettes at full price and getting the towel as a bonus. I did use a discount code. They had something for summer or welcome code, so I did receive 10% off, and so I paid $81 total for the palettes. I received the palettes exactly 1 week later. It was free shipping, so I didn't have any additional cost for shipping. Everything arrived to me very, very safely, and I've been playing with them ever since. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Glamingo palette. This is the box that it comes in. It's a very beautifully themed packaging, and the palette reflects that as well. The packaging is made of very, very sturdy cardboard. It opens up kind of like a book. There is a mirror inside. Inside you do have 2 matte bronzers, 2 highlighting powders, as well as a matte and a shimmery bronzer. I am wearing the palette on my face today. I'm using the highlighter Sweet Cheeks. I used Bronze Goddess, and the blush shade that I'm wearing is Flamingo, although I went in with a very, very light hand as I didn't want anything competing with my eyeshadow look. So in general, my thoughts on this palette, I'm just going to be very brief because my focus was on the eyeshadow palette. I received this one since I did buy the bundle, and I'm not sorry that I did because it's actually a really nice palette. You have 6 products, and I would say that this could be suitable for a wide variety of skin tones because you do have multiple shades of highlight, and the bronzers are really nice and pigmented. If you have a lighter skin tone, I would suggest going in with a very light hand, and the shimmery bronzer could function as a highlight too if you have a deeper skin tone. So I think that this is something really nice. You can mix and match those highlights, and I think that everyone could get some use out of that. Now the bronzer, it's going to be for a limited shade range. It does work okay for me, although I find that it's a little bit red tinted, and I prefer bronzers that are a little more neutral and not as red, but I can still get it to work, and it works very nicely. Looking at the back side of the palette, it does have a 24-month shelf life, and it was made in the PRC. The total weight, you get 56.4 grams of product, which is 1.98 ounces. Divided by the 6 products that are in the palette, that would be 9.4 grams per product. So in general, I like the palette. I don't think it's gonna be my favorite, but I'm definitely not sorry that I added it to my collection. It's really nice. The mirror is really big and really high quality, and the palette is super, super sturdy. It is also magnetized. You will see the palette in action in more detail in my second tutorial, which, oh my gosh, I love that look so much. I love this one too, but the other one, man. Here is the packaging for the Flamingo eyeshadow palette. This one is also made in the PRC and has a 24-month shelf life. This is the back side. And as you can see, the eyeshadow palette itself does resemble the outer carton. Similar to the face palette, it does open up sort of in the shape of a book. There is a very nice mirror there again, and inside there are 20 shades total. 11 of them are matte, and 9 of them are going to be arranged between shimmer to metallic. The names are really, really cute, and they are reminiscent of the beach. Guys, as soon as I saw this palette teased, I knew I had to have it. It is so gorgeous. I love the color scheme. And the only shade that kind of looks like it doesn't belong is the black. But actually I used that black in my eye look today, and it came in so, so handy. At first when I saw it, I was like, that's kind of dark. Maybe they could have put in a darker brown or something like that, but it worked out great with the eye look that I'm doing, which I use these blue shades here. It was perfection to deepen the darker blue-green color. It was just great. I have used almost every single shade in the palette. I've been playing with it for a couple weeks now. I have not used this purple, but I would say I've not used the purple and I've not used this pinwheel shade. But everything else I have applied to my eyes, and I have to say this palette is excellent quality. And not just that, the shadows blend so easily. You'll see it when I create the look that I'm wearing today. The shadows blend themselves like instantaneously. As soon as I lay down the second color, it just blends perfectly. I haven't told you that I really think you need something very often. I think the last time that I said that you really needed something, not that we need any kind of makeup, but you know what I mean. The last time was the Flower Beauty highlighting palette. This palette is kind of on that level. I'm so impressed. I mean, obviously that's if you like color and you think that you would get a lot of use out of the shades that are in the palette, because obviously only if the color story speaks to you. This is a very bright eyeshadow palette. I wouldn't call it a rainbow palette because I think that it's very cohesive. Rainbow palettes, they usually just put in all the colors without any real thought about how they're gonna go together. This palette works together so well. You can get your neutral looks. You can get more blue looks like I'm wearing today. I did a gorgeous yellow look that I'm so proud of, and I can't wait for you to see. It's just, I love it. I absolutely love it. This is the reason why I haven't picked up the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade palette and why I personally passed on the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. I gave it to my daughter for her birthday. She wanted that one. But when I saw this, I just love it so much. And I think that if you like this color story, I don't think you will be disappointed with the quality. I definitely cannot recommend it enough. The palettes are available individually right now on Sephora.com for $45 a piece. The face palette, it's nice. I don't think that it's anything revolutionary. I think it's a nice collection, nice assortment of colors that complement the eyeshadow palette really well, but this is what I would recommend from the collection above everything else. Like, it just, I even have no words. I have no words. So with 36 grams, that brings each shade to 1.8 grams, which is a very generous amount in an eyeshadow palette. The shelf life, as I mentioned, was 24 months, which is a lot longer than some of the other palettes I've reviewed recently. And this is so nice. This is so nice. I'm not sure if this is going to be permanent to their line. Let me see. Okay, I'm looking at the Sephora.com website right now, and it does say that this is limited edition, and it's labeled as exclusive, but I know they're going to carry it on the Violet Voss website. Right now it only has 17 reviews, but it is at 4.5 stars, which is awesome. And I definitely stand behind those 4.5 stars. I would even give it 5 stars. I like it that much. I really do. Anyway, enough blabbing. I'll go ahead and get into the eye looks. I hope you enjoy the eye looks. Let me know what you think. The second look that I did was a cut crease, a yellow cut crease, and on hooded eyes like mine, it's hard. It's really hard. I've been practicing. It's really hard to get a cut crease on hooded eyes, and I go through step by step and I show you what brushes I use and the techniques that I use as well to sort of offset the limitations of my eye shape. So if you have hooded eyes, that might be something that might come in handy for you. I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just a makeup lover, and I like to practice on myself different looks and learn different techniques, and I'm just really proud of the way that one came out. This one as well, but that one is really special. Let's go ahead and get into the demo so you can see how the shades perform. Alright, so this is the look that we're going to create today. I haven't applied false lashes yet. I think that it would look even better with false lashes, but I am going to be going out and about, and it's summertime and daytime, and I don't want to be a little much, even though my eyeshadow look is already a little much, but false lashes always take things to the next level. So this is the look that we're going to be creating with the palette, and I will guide you step by step, leave the names of the brushes and the shade names on the screen as always. Just so you know where we are, I did apply the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting New Concealer today, and I set it down with just a little bit of translucent powder. And now I'm going in with my NYX number 16 brush and the shade Sand from the palette. And I'm just going to apply that from the brow bone down to just about where the natural crease of my eye is, because that's where I'm going to be applying most of the mattes, and I just want them to have something smooth to blend onto. I will later go back and touch up this shade as a brow bone highlight as well, just because when I apply the other colors, it does kind of dampen it a little bit. Same brush, and I'm going to take the shade Oceanfront. This shade does require just a little tiny bit of building because it is a pastel blue shade, but it is just my transition shade, and wait until you see how the next color blends with it. It's amazing. So you can see that on my skin, it's a little bit ashy, a little bit sort of grayish blue tinge, but not to worry. Next, I'm going in with the Juvia's Place J127 and the shade Beach Ball. So you'll see that I'm sort of patting that into the outer corner of my eye and slowly working it into the crease. When I saw how these two shadows blended, I already knew this palette was going in my favorites. Look at that. That's just, I love this so much. I love how this palette has also inspired me. You can definitely do neutral looks, of course, but it inspires me to do more. All right, next I'm going to take a small synthetic brush, and this one is by Studio Beauty 360. It's the Walgreens brand. It's just a little set of brushes that I purchased there, but I love small detail brushes. You can also use the e.l.f. Small concealer brush. It's 99 cents. It is perfect for this. Perfect for this. So I'm just applying a little bit of glitter glue all over my lid. This is an Urban Decay shadow brush, and I'm going to pat. This is the shade Tidal Wave. I love the shade names. They're so beachy and fun. I don't know what that has to do with flamingos, but I still think they're fun. Next, I'm taking a Bodyography Pro, the shade Seashell, and I'm going to pat that on the inner corner. Once I have that on, I'm going to take the original Urban Decay shadow brush, and I'm just going to pat in the Tidal Wave shade. I didn't add any more product, I'm just blending it with the Seashell. Now there were no other blues in the palette, and so I wanted to deepen it up just a little bit on the outer corner. So I very bravely took a little bit of the black shade, which is called Sunnies, and I used a Luxie 237 blending brush. It's a very small blending brush, and I applied that to the outer corner using tapping motions to place it where I want. And once most of the color has been placed, then I go in and I blend it into the crease using the windshield washer motions. Once that's sufficiently applied, I take just a tiny bit of the Beach Ball shade again, and I'm using the Juvia's Place brush, and I'm going to blend just over where I placed the black. And you can see that it looks like I have a deeper blue shade. So even though the color black looks like it kind of like really stands out in the palette, it's actually super, super useful. Oh my, I love it so much. It's so fun and so easy to use. Next, I'm going to apply a little bit of eyeliner to the inner waterline. And then with the Sonia Kashuk number 27 brush, I'm actually going to set that eyeshadow right on top of the liner. It makes it last a lot longer and it keeps it from running inside. I'm tapping the Sunnies shade. So funny they called it Sunnies, like dark sunglasses. I think that's cool. And once I have the black applied, I'm going to take the Juvia's Place brush and sweep it underneath. This softens the black a little bit and also gives you that greenish blue gradient. Once I've achieved the desired look, I'm going to take my original NYX blending brush and I'm just going to run it around the edges of the shadow just to blend it out. And that's your finished look without liner or mascara. And this is your finished look with liner and mascara applied. Nothing new in terms of mascara. The usual mascara that I use if I'm thinking about lashes, it's Lash Blast Volume Mascara from CoverGirl and the MAC Giga Black Lash Mascara for the lower lash line. I'm starting out the look with the NYX number 16 brush and the shade Lemonade. This is going to be my transition shade, and basically I just build it up pretty much all over my lid. I do cut the crease later on, so I don't have to be particularly neat. Also, if you're not new to my channel, you do know that I have hooded eyes, so I actually placed this shade much higher than my crease actually is. If you take a good look at my eyes, you can see that the hood is right there. And so I go way above where I normally would. Next, I'm using a Delium Tools 781 brush and the shade Sunbathe, and I'm just going to deepen up the bottom part. I'm not taking it as high as I did the Lemonade shade. Also, I don't think I mentioned today, I primed my eyes with the Milk Makeup Flex Concealer, and I set that down with translucent powder. Back in with the NYX number 16 and the Lemonade shade to blend that out. Next, I'm using a Luxie 237 and the shade Popsicle. Next, I'm taking the shade Sandals, and that's the one that I'm actually placing in my true crease because I'm going to cut most of that out, but I want some of the darkness to show through. And later I'll intensify it when I clean up the cut crease. To cut the crease, I'm going to use my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm using, this is pretty much a nameless brush. It's a Studio 35 brush that I picked up at my local Walgreens. It's just a teeny tiny synthetic brush. I really like having brushes like this on hand so that I can work with concealers and such to cut the crease. I think they're really useful to have. So I'm doing what you all have seen me do many times before, which is just place the cream product down and then allow the transfer to my upper lid so that I can see exactly where the crease cut should be. And I always go higher than that natural fold. When I draw this in, I'm going to go over it with Too Faced glitter glue because I'm going to go in with a shimmer shadow. And the reason why I don't go straight in with the glitter glue is because it's a lot harder to see. It also has a tendency to dry a lot more quickly than the paint pot. Once I have it roughly symmetric, I'm going to go in with the glitter glue, and then I'm just going to put this on top of my eyeshadow base or my paint pot. It's a little bit more sticky. I'm going to use the same brush and just paint that on. And this is where I'm going to take an Urban Decay shadow brush and the shade Pineapple. And I'm just going to tap that all over the glitter glue. So that appears to be roughly the same shape. Next, I'm going to take a Sonia Kashuk number 27 brush and the shade Sandals, and I'm just going to stamp this along the top. Once I've stamped it, I'm going to brush it upward to diffuse the color just a little bit. And then I go in with the Luxie Beauty brush to blend in with the rest of the look. That's basically it for the upper lid. So I'm going to tightline using my Marc Jacobs eyeliner. And I'm going to apply the wing liner using the Stila Stay All Day Liquid eyeliner. I'm going to use the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara on the upper lash line. This mascara actually doesn't give me volume, but it gives me good separation, which is what I want for the type of false lashes I'm using. I'm using a little bit of the coral shade on a Juvia's Place J17, and I just put that all along the lower lash line. And then with the Royal Langnickel brush, this one is a BOM 18 detail brush. I'm just going to stamp the shade Watermelon a lot closer to the lash line. For the inner corner highlight, I use the shades Seashell, and this is a Bodyography Pro Flat Shader brush. This shade is a little powdery, so I do use the brush wet. And I also use this shade as my brow bone highlight. And for my inner rim, I use the MAC Primary Yellow liner. This is your finished look without false lashes. You can definitely leave it like that. I think that it shows off the eyeshadow a little bit more, especially if you have hooded eyes like I do and you don't have too much lid space. I think that it looks nice, but because it's a little bit heavier of a look and I'm going to go in with a bold lip, I think I'm going to go ahead and apply my other false lash and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're going to play with the face palette. I've only applied my foundation, powder, and contour. There is a bronzer shade here, which is called Bronze Goddess. And we're going to go ahead and dip into that. I'm sort of only doing one side so we can compare. I think it's a very nice bronzer. It's definitely buildable because I think I just went overboard on that side. Believe it or not, the lipstick that I'm going with, it has a little bit of pink in it. Oh, I feel like for this look, the Flamingo shade would be more appropriate, but I kind of want to do the sweet cheeks. So I'm using a Moda Pro pointed blush brush. And I'm going in with the shade Sweet Cheeks. For highlighter, I'm using the e.l.f. highlighting brush and the shade White Sand. This is my first time trying Violet Voss highlighters, or face products in general. Alright, so now that you've seen how the shades perform, hopefully it speaks for itself in everything that I was saying previously about how well they blend. Right now I've actually been wearing this eye look, let's see, it's almost 10 p.m. and I put on this makeup, at 1 p.m. So I've actually been wearing this makeup for 9 hours and longevity is excellent. The eyeshadow has not creased, it has not moved, it has not lost in intensity, and I've been running around battling the Chicago heat. So again, I just can't say enough how much I like the palette. I am really impressed and I'm so glad I picked it up. I would definitely recommend it to all of you again if you like the color story. Let me know which look was your favorite, if you like the blue or if you like the yellow, and I would love to know your thoughts on this eyeshadow palette. Are you thinking about picking it up? Did you pick up the face palette? What do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love engaging with you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that it was helpful to you. I know I was just kind of gushing, but I'm really excited about this one. I love the colors. I already told you. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up and joining my makeup family if you haven't subscribed already. I hope you're having a lovely day, and I will see you again very, very soon on my next video. Bye-bye.